So I've been sitting here forever, it feels like, waiting to start this because I don't know how to start this. But there is a school of thought that naming this disorder just kind of gave people a reason, an excuse to misbehave, or an excuse for their misbehaving. They have a disorder, okay? Here's the thing. The thing is, I just want to point out what the thing is. I don't care what you call them. I don't care if they have this disorder, if this disorder really exists. There's all this kind of battle. I don't care. If somebody does, and we'll get into it, I'll break it down. What we talk about on this channel, if they exhibit toxic behavior to you, if they mistreat, I'm not talking about a good person having a bad day. That's a human thing. That's a mistake. Somebody's off. Do you know what I mean? We're talking about the dysfunction, this dysfunctional patterned mistreating behavior. If somebody does that to you, I don't care what you call them. And many times the difference is that this disorder, having been named, encompasses those that cannot change. So we hold on to, well, what if they can change? Maybe mine doesn't have this disorder, and at least I can know that he'll change. Let's get into this, okay? We use certain terminology on this channel, right? And it loops it into this narcissistic personality disorder umbrella. That might involve the word toxic people. That might involve cluster B personality. You'll hear malignant, covert, all these different things. In an effort to understand the personality type that this disorder embodies, people went to work and figured it out. And they have developed certain things that you will see in all of them, similarities that they have. Whether or not yours is called this or has something, I really don't care. It doesn't matter what you call them. Toxic, unhealthy is toxic, unhealthy. There's a lot on this channel that deals with the whole outside world, not just this specific disorder. It could just be a person who's toxic. Use whatever name you want. If anyone ever uses any tactics to manipulate you, if they illustrate to you behavior that's not respectful, if they devalue you, then it really doesn't matter if they're a narcissist with this disorder, a person with this recently labeled and sometimes not even medically accepted disorder. It doesn't matter. How do they behave to you, around you, to people you know, to people you love? Do they follow through? There's so many things. BSer. Are they one of those people? It's kind of a quality of a narcissistic personality disordered person, but it doesn't have to be someone who's been labeled with this disorder. If they're a blowhard and they don't follow through with anything and all they ever do is talk, I find that to be a bad quality. I don't care what disorder they may or may not have. Oh, you have no follow through, so you just talk. No ambition. They show no ambition. That's not attractive. Now, if you sat quietly and you didn't blowhard it up, I wouldn't have an opinion on you either way. You were too quiet for me to form one, but you weren't. You were a blowhard, and then there was never any follow through. Shows lack of ambition. Now you've outed yourself. I find that unattractive. Look at the qualities of the person, because I've had people say so many times to me, both in private coaching and on the channel, but I really wondered for a long time if mine had the disorder. And I did that. I told you guys that before. I dug, trying to first find something that would lead me to think, well, maybe, okay, so this disorder, they don't change. Okay, so the only factor I can really figure out is the only movable factor in that kind of math. If I think he has the disorder and they don't change, the only equation that can change is me getting out. But if I get the other thing I could change is if maybe he doesn't have the disorder, then maybe he can change. We all go through that. We all go through that. But forget the disorder, forget the name of it. Look at your person's pattern of behavior throughout their life. Are they having a bad year and they're just mistreating you, but they came off a faithful marriage where they were an angel? Or do they have a pattern of behavior that they've exhibited, which is toxic and unhealthy? She's snoring. Can you hear that? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I love it so much, I can't even stand it. I can't. But they show you, toxic people as well as healthy people, they show you every day who they are, who they really are in their life. And the thing that worries me is if you want to stick it out with a person, you'll convince yourself, like we were just saying, this is the part that worries me, is you'll be one of those people, and I tried it, to convince yourself that maybe they don't have this. Because you want a picture that things can still change. And we know that people lumped in with this disorder can't change. So that led me to trying to track down a video in all my research of somebody saying that maybe they can change. And I couldn't find that either. But here's the thing. Again, here's the thing. I wish people would just go by how they're being treated now, right now. Like if you look at your relationship, and people with this disorder can be next to you at work, in your friendship circle, in your family, or a romantic partner. So just think of the person with whom you are at odds because you think they exhibit some of these traits. And I want you to think about, how are they treating you now? And when I say right now, I mean today, your last encounter. Not, oh, someday they'll be better to me. He's having a hard thing at work. Again, if they're having a bad year, I'd even allow it. Like, people suffer loss and they can affect their personality, and they can, okay, if there's but short of extenuating circumstances, okay? If you're not being treated well right now, and you keep saying to yourself, well, I'm going to wait, and he said once his job changes, that's stressing him out, then he'll be better to me, or he said that it's his family. No. It takes no more effort to be nice to somebody than it does to misbehave and mistreat somebody. It actually takes more effort to misbehave because now they're juggling different people, they're texting, one-on-one is easy. Are you kidding me? So it's actually more work to do the philandering around and the juggling and the lying and the treating me mean. It takes just as much effort to say, hi, how are you, then what are you doing today? Don't you look nice? Where are you going? Or whatever the heck they said to you today that was off-putting. That's a mild example. You know what I'm talking about, though. I want you to look at how they're treating you now. It doesn't matter if they have this disorder. It doesn't matter if they're called a certain thing. What did they make you feel about yourself the last time you were with them? Do you walk away from that person feeling good? Do you walk away feeling drained? Do you feel exhausted? Do you feel energized? Do you notice a difference between how you feel when you leave the person, where we say narcissist on this channel, the narcissist, the toxic, the whoever, the unhealthy, and leaving someone with whom you have a great rapport, a great friendship, a great family connection, you love each other? It's a big difference. And then you don't even want to be near that person because they drain you. Even when you're in a relationship with someone and you're in there and you're trying to work through it, you have a knot in your stomach to get home from work today because you don't know what kind of a mood they're going to be in. You don't know what kind of thing you're going to find out. You don't know what kind of bomb is going to get dropped. It's every minute of every day. That's how it was for me. That's how I felt. Because I felt like once you learn the truth about someone, that's their truth. Their truth isn't just going to stop. Why? Because I caught him and I cried and he said, I'm sorry, and fake cried and wiped his non-tears. Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Hilarious. I don't want you to get caught up in the terminology, is why I'm making this video. I don't want you out there swimming in a bad relationship or dysfunctional relationship, work, family, friend, and have it be because you think that they're going to get better or you can love the dysfunction right out of them. I thought that many times. You can love the dysfunction right out of them. and that you could give more. And our next video is about when you give everything and they just throw you out. Please tune in. But it's really disheartening, isn't it? It really, really is. That is a big thing about it. And I'm trying to educate you to let you know, hold off on how much you're doing because they're going to mistreat anyway, regardless of what you do. Isn't that sad? I know that's sad. I'm so sorry. I really am sorry. But I'm trying to save you the time. And you know what? You might, pardon me, be doing something nice right now. And maybe in a week you'd be like, my God, if she weren't right. Please look at how you're being treated right now. It doesn't matter what you call them. Thanks for watching, you guys.